fight itself played out exactly. I was actually really kicking myself because, I've been leaning towards Crawford the whole way. And just on Friday and Saturday, I was like, no, actually, I'm going for Canelo. And what happened in the fight was exactly what I thought would happen in the fight. But I thought Crawford, it did what he did. He was exceptional. He's an exceptional fighter. Canelo, people talking about him getting old. I don't think you can really put it down to that. I just think it was the style of Crawford. Is a really bad style for Canelo.
Even the promoters didn't see it coming. Eddie Hearn admitted he switched sides at the last moment, only to watch Crawford dismantle Canelo in their generational clash. Ringside, Adam Smith quickly recognized what was happening, saying he knew within 30 seconds that Crawford felt comfortable. From the opening exchange, it was clear Crawford wasn't just testing the waters, he was owning them. His calm expression, measured footwork, and sharp punches told the story of a fighter who had already found his rhythm. Canelo, usually the one dictating the pace, was being pulled into unfamiliar territory. Smith noted that the key was whether Crawford could get into that rhythm and use his southpaw advantage, and he did. It wasn't just about stance, but about angles, traps, and flawless timing. Each move like a chess piece keeping Canelo one step behind. This wasn't about Canelo's age or decline, but about Crawford's brilliance, his IQ, and his ability to think and adapt faster, making even a legend look human. Shakur Stevenson later echoed the sentiment, calmly explaining that the result never truly surprised him.
Yeah, I did. I was worried about the fight being tough early, but honestly, I felt like I knew what he was capable of. I knew how good he is, and he came and showed everybody why he's one of the best fighters.
Had witnessed Crawford's greatness firsthand for years, and that connection gave him a confidence others simply didn't share. While many questioned whether Canelo's power would be too much, Shakur never doubted the outcome. He spoke like someone who had lived through the grind, seen the skill, and felt the focus day after day. To him, this wasn't an upset, it was the inevitable rise of one of boxing's all-time greats. His words carried both the pride of family and the weight of undeniable truth. Then, his tone turned personal as he shared how deeply Crawford had influenced his own journey.
Inspirational, I've been around him since I was a kid, and I got to actually see how competitive he is, see how disciplined, how focused he was. And it didn't do nothing but make me better as a person. So honestly, without him, I don't even know if I would be as good as I am today. So I gotta pay homage to him as a fighter and as a person. But watching it was just amazing. It was very amazing.
It wasn't just about boxing, it was about life lessons, discipline, and the fire to never settle. Watching Crawford train and compete shaped Shakur into the fighter and person he is today. Every word he spoke carried deep respect, an acknowledgement of a mentor who inspired him without needing to say much. Shakur's pride went beyond simple admiration. It was pure gratitude. In that moment, his thoughts felt less like fight analysis and more like family honoring family. He even took a moment to recognize Canelo's effort, making his respect for both warriors unmistakable.
Every time, I think it's Bud Crawford. Bud been doing this the longest. I think that he has not been as active as Usyk, but as long as he's been on top, is way before the Usyks and the Inoue's came around. I think he was on top when it was Canelo's and then Andre Ward's and Lomachenko's. So during that time, he was in that era, and they still was debating, was he number one? And now he's in a whole different era with Usyk and Inoue, where they still debating whether Bud Crawford is number one. So for him to be this far along in all these years, I think that he's number one.
For Shakur's loyalty never wavered. Though he acknowledged the danger and brilliance on both sides, his heart and belief remained with Crawford. It wasn't blind faith, it was the product of witnessing Crawford's sharpness and strength time and again. For Shakur, Canelo's struggle wasn't about age or decline, but about facing a fighter operating on a completely different level. In his eyes, both men left the ring as legends, but one stood just a little taller. Shakur then looked beyond the fight itself, weighing in on the pound-for-pound debate, and his answer left no room for doubt.
I tell you what, man, I'm open to everybody to roast me on this, John. I stood on it, and I'm not going to change what I said in the past or anything. I didn't think he could pull it off. He did, and not only did he pull it off, he did it. He's phenomenal. Like, he did it. He did everything right. Like, it's like he fought a perfect fight. He banged with him when he needed to. He boxed him when he needed to. He established a jab. He kept the southpaw. He kept him frustrated. I got nothing, bro. I tell you what, I would never go against that man again. Like doing that shit. That shit was crazy.
He traced Crawford's dominance across eras, from the days of Ward and Lomachenko to the rise of Usyk and Inoue. Through every generation, Bud's name remained at the top of the conversation. That consistency, Shakur argued, is what separates the merely good from the truly great. His words were not just an expression of faith, but a statement of history. To him, Crawford wasn't just the winner of a single fight. He was the rightful king of boxing. Rob Casta spoke with raw honesty as well, admitting where he stood before the fight, his tone carrying equal parts surprise and respect.
I do want to give a credit to those that deserve it. Like, Terence deserved full credit for his abilities, for his IQ, Bomac for his coaching. And, Bomac told him to stay southpaw. He wanted to come out orthodox. Bomac told him to stay southpaw because of what Canelo was weak at. And he stuck to that. His strength coach, Coach Chet Fortune, phenomenal job getting him ready for that. The way he looked, the way his size, his movements. Listen, bro. I got nothing negative to say. Y'all could go.
He broke down how Crawford seamlessly blended every skill at the perfect moment, switching between boxing and trading shots, and frustrating Canelo with pinpoint precision. What he saw wasn't luck, it was pure mastery unfolding round after round. The jab, the stance, the control, everything came together like a flawless game plan. Rob's words perfectly captured the feeling of watching a fighter perform without a single crack in his armor. It was the kind of performance that could turn doubters into believers, vowing never to bet against Bud again. Then Rob shifted focus, giving credit to the entire team that helped shape Crawford's success, reminding everyone it wasn't just about the man in the ring.
That the weight will play difference. It didn't. I thought that he wouldn't be able to take Canelo pop, and he took one of Canelo's best shots.
You're talking about the straight right hand. Yeah.
Straight right hand to the stomach and straight right hand to the face. And he took it, he smiled. Yo, bro, like, y'all can have fun. Y'all can go ahead and say what y'all want.
Praised the strategy, discipline, and preparation that built Crawford's victory. From the decision to stay southpaw to the strength work that kept him sharp, every detail played a part. It proved that even a great fighter becomes greater with the right team guiding him. Rob's breakdown reminded fans that boxing is never a one-man show, it's a symphony of effort. And in this fight, every note was perfect. He admitted he once had doubts about the physical matchup, but what he witnessed erased them instantly.
His IQ kicked in. His IQ kicked in the whole fight, but I think that, he took enough risks throughout the fight where I think if he would have put his foot on the gas a little more, especially in the exchanges, he could have got Canelo really hurt, or he could have just went for the stoppage. But I don't think he even knew how close the fight was in the scorecards. I don't think no one.
You think he was just feeling the fight?
Yeah, I think he knew he was winning. Bomac knew he was winning, but the fact that Bomac said he had to turn it up, you know what I'm saying? He just has that other switch where that round came off and he did what he had to do.
I applaud. Crawford took Canelo's best shots and answered with a smile, turning raw power into Canelo's frustration. That moment proved his greatness wasn't just about skill, but also toughness. Many expected the weight and Canelo's punches to wear him down, yet they only seemed to fuel him. Rob's reflection revealed that deeper, the often unseen layer of Crawford's brilliance. It wasn't just about outboxing Canelo. It was about outlasting him in every sense. Rob emphasized the mental edge, pointing to Crawford's unmatched IQ and perfect timing as the real difference maker.
His IQ kicked in. His IQ kicked in the whole fight, but I think that, he took enough risks throughout the fight where I think if he would have put his foot on the gas a little more, especially in the exchanges, he could have got Canelo really hurt, or he could have just went for the stoppage. But I don't think he even knew how close the fight was in the scorecards. I don't think no one.
You think he was just feeling the fight?
Yeah, I think he knew he was winning. Bomac knew he was winning, but the fact that Bomac said he had to turn it up, you know what I'm saying? He just has that other switch where that round came off and he did what he had to do.
He highlighted how Crawford knew exactly when to take risks, when to stay patient, and when to flip the switch. It wasn't reckless aggression, it was calculated brilliance. Even without chasing a knockout, Bud controlled the fight with complete authority. His ring intelligence was as sharp as his punches, and Rob's closing words painted the image of a fighter who not only had every tool, but the perfect mind to use them. Eddie Hearn's reaction was a mix of surprise and regret, admitting that the fight unfolded exactly as he had once predicted, only for him to second-guess himself at the very last moment.
How late the fight was, because I think I woke up at 6 or 6:15 UK time, and I went straight to Netflix and put it on. And I think it was round 7 or 8, So I managed to watch the fight from, I think, 8 or 9 through to 12. And I didn't really know where I stood because you've got the Netflix commentary can be extremely biased one way or the other. I don't think that they had an agenda or anything. And, when I turned it on, the narrative was that Bud was miles ahead. And, I watched 9, 10, 11, 12, and, Canelo was really forcing the pressure, but Crawford was just too sharp and too good. And, I kicked myself really because I thought from the get-go, Crawford would win this fight comfortably. And then just the last 2 or 3 days, I got caught up with the weigh-in and everything. I was like, no, it's Canelo. He's the guy. He's the bigger guy at 68. And I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I would have been kicking myself because, I really felt like Crawford would use his skill to dominate the fight, and that's what he did.
He admitted that his first instinct was to favor Crawford's skill, but the weigh-in and pre-fight hype swayed him into doubting it. As the fight played out, he realized Crawford's performance proved his original instinct right, and then some. Crawford wasn't just sharp. He was untouchable, neutralizing even Canelo's trademark pressure. Eddie's honesty reflected the mistakes so many made by underestimating Bud's greatness at 168. In the end, his words captured the shock of witnessing brilliance he already knew existed. Stepping back, Eddie saw the bigger picture. Crawford's victory wasn't just a big win, it was a generational statement.